Welcome to my video update on the development progress for the Steam VR simulation of the 1851 Great Exhibition. This is the only known photograph of a locomotive in situ in the Great Exhibition. It is described in the catalogue as the South Eastern Railway Company's London and Paris Express locomotive engine, the Folkstone. It was exhibited by Thomas Russell Crampton, the inventor and patentee of the design, which featured a low boiler and large driving wheels located behind the firebox. Two sections of track, 528 foot long, ran from the western end of the building to form the Locomotive Passage. The southern track displayed various locomotives, the northern track displayed carriages. These tracks were what we would now call standard gauge, but were referred to at the exhibition as narrow gauge, to distinguish them from the 75-foot-long section of broad gauge track at the western end. This detailed floor plan notes the location of some of the locomotives by their catalogue entry numbers. In this update we have added two locomotive models. The first is about 1/3 of the length of the track from the eastern end. It is a double boiler tank engine, meaning there are two separate fireboxes and boilers, allowing alternate stoking. It was manufactured by E.B. Wilson and Company of Leeds. The other locomotive added this update is the only broad gauge locomotive at the exhibition. The Great Western Railway Iron Duke class locomotive, Lord of the Isles. This locomotive was completed at the GWR Swindon Works in March 1851, just in time to be displayed at the Great Exhibition. After the exhibition it remained in service until 1884. It was displayed at several exhibitions, including 1890 at Edinburgh, 1893 Chicago, where this photograph was taken, and 1897 at Earl's Court in London. It was scrapped in 1906. Returning to the photograph of Folkstone, we can use the photograph to help determine where this was located, as its catalogue number does not appear on the detailed floor plan. In the United Kingdom, trains normally drive on the left, hence the locomotives, which are all located on the southern track, all faced west. This is consistent with this image where the single-story flat roof beyond the translucent partition confirms this image is looking north. Note this single-story flat roof is the full width of the image. A large length of the locomotive passage is located immediately south of the western refreshment court, which had a mostly open roof. Along with the ladies' and gentlemen's waiting rooms, translucent wall panels would not be employed adjacent to toilet cubicles. This allows us to eliminate a significant portion of the locomotive passage. Further east and we are at the end of the track adjacent to the machinery at Rest Court. This watercolour shows the locomotive, Liverpool, being the only locomotive in this section. At the western end is Lord of the Isles, and immediately east of that there is known to have been a doorway through to the machinery in motion court. This allows us to eliminate another section of the passage. Finally, we can eliminate another small section which forms part of one of the clear north-south passages, which would not be blocked by a locomotive. This allows us to constrain the position of Folkstone to a relatively limited stretch of the southern track. Modelling of Folkstone has commenced, and it will be included in the next update. The simulation can now be downloaded from Steam. It is free of charge, and always will be. Although best when used with a VR headset, if you don't have a headset, it will also work in desktop mode, using your monitor, keyboard and mouse.